What's up, everybody? This is a special first ever watch party of the Fantasy Ruckers show.
Uh-huh.
Thanks so much to our Fantasy Ruckers League members, our community members, and everyone else tagging along on this journey of trying to make Fantasy MLR reality in the league. With you, as always, Ryan Yee, Matt Yee, and Maddie. First ever watch party, man. We're going to break down the
Yeah,
Utah
we're here.
Warriors, Chicago Hounds. It's going to be a good one.
I mean, we just came off the back of an absolute thriller up in Quincy. So this is going to be a nice little follow up here. If you're coming off that high, come keep it going with us. We're going to keep, in New England Free Jack term, we're going to keep it riding
Keep it
into this
riding.
next game.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, New England Free Jacks did not ride.
Yeah, no, it was a tough one there, but like you said, Maddie, a nail biter of a match to open up week 2 of the MLR season. And again, fantasy performance is all over the place. We love seeing, these types of results because that just means there's more fantasy points on the board, which is super fun stuff. But yes, thank you to all of you who are joining our live stream broadcast. It's a whole bunch of fun here to break down the Utah Warriors and Chicago Hounds, and we're going to kind of react as the match goes on here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, first ever watch party that we're doing, and we're hoping that we can do more of this moving forward. Unfortunately, Vandy's got some family things to attend to. His
Yeah.
birthday of Louis, our number one, I think, Fantasy Ruckers fan. He's got a birthday party tonight, so Vandy cannot join this, but we'll see how his Utah Warriors do though here this opening week 2 match here.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's unfortunate he can't be here to watch his fan. I'm trying to get all these streams going because the MLR is really good at planning stuff, so they just love putting games at the same time. But yeah, unfortunately, Vandy can't see his team lose. But hey, we'll be here and be right along the ride with you throughout it all. Break it down. Hopefully, have a really good matchup. I mean, I'd hate for our first watch along Ryan to be, I don't know, a blowout or just an awful game like 6-3 or something like that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it all's going. Again, commercial break here. We're almost in time here for in time for the kickoff here, Utah Chicago Hounds. Yeah, comments coming in
Couple
about the Old Glory DC victory here, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I
John
mean, that
Fitzpatrick,
was
of
an
course.
yeah, that was an absolute. I mean, the fact that they were able to score off that set piece. Look, I think, and we're gonna go into it in our episode this week. But just while we're on the topic, I mean, the fact that discipline is basically what killed New England Free Jacks. It killed them in the last try of the game. They got yellow cards. I think they were a bit too concerned with trying to, I don't know, peacock and win the battles that were after the whistle rather than winning the ones that were within. Their set piece looks sloppy. Their defense looks sloppy for majority of that game. And honestly, like Old Glory DC deserved that win. New England Free Jacks really, they didn't do anything special necessarily. Their tries were off of first phase set piece or off of kind of loose balls. So Old Glory DC deserved that. The fact that they're able to do that with all the injuries that they have, it is that's awesome to see.
Yeah, definitely not what we expected. But hey, thank you to all who are tuning in here. Abel, Fitzy, Nick, our very own Stephen Lone as well. Thank you guys for tuning in here. We might give you a little bit of an escape here from the play-by-play and the color commentary that we have talked about here that has been somewhat
Yeah.
lackluster here
And some
across the MLR.
some I guess some notable or things to note. Michael Manson given a 3-match ban. Apparently, I have no idea what caused it. Maybe I missed it in the last game or somebody in the comments can let me know. But he given a 3-match ban. So he won't be in the lineup. The Utah lineup is kind of weird. I mean, I would have expected them to have a bit of a stronger lineup. Like, where's Spencer Jones? Where's Mika Kruse? Chicago is not a team that uh you put your second side against. I mean, maybe if you're playing the anthem, but I don't see why they wouldn't have their best backline out here. Also, Bailey Wilson out, I believe. So yeah, interesting lineup from Utah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see again. They're just going over the kind of starting lineups here for this match. Lots to look forward to. Again, but Billy Meeks continuing to be at that 10 position for the Chicago Hounds, which is going to be an interesting one. First time we're going to see Julian Dominguez here in the Chicago lines, the Chicago Hounds matchup. Matt, I was a little bit relieved here because you beat me out on the Spencer Jones pickup for Utah Warriors. So to not see him in the lineup for Utah was kind of a relief for me. Kind of saved that $6 there for
Yeah.
pickup there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit interesting, but hey, who cares? We're off to the races here with the kickoff going. Um, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I love this is one of my favorite stadiums to look at, right?
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
unreal.
The backdrop here in Utah is fantastic. Yeah, nice little mall starting off here by the Chicago Hounds off of the kickoff. But yeah, what are you thinking about? Big time fantasy point scores here. I'm still big on Billy Meeks. I think we mentioned it on the last episode that there's going to be a lot of things we're going to discover here when it comes to Chicago, and a big pickup there by Chicago there, and we got Marco Keefe kind of running it down the line, passed outside, and Chicago here already within the 5 meter line of the Utah Warriors with lots of space.
Jeez, what a sloppy start for Utah. But yeah, I don't. I like Billy Meeks. This Billy Meeks experiment, and it seems like it's going to keep going. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It really sucks for Billy Meeks owners, honestly. Like the fact that you're expecting him to play at center and he's continuing to be at 10. It's He's just naturally not going to get as many attacking opportunities.
Right.
But we'll see. I mean, he's Billy Meeks and he's made the most out of nothing his entire MLR career. So, oh wow, yeah, that was great short side play. That was
Yeah.
unreal. I mean, this is exactly why. I mean, Julian Dominguez last time they were in Utah scored a hat trick. I mean, this is exactly why they don't put Michael Bask on the wing here. Like you have Julian Dominguez. He's on the bench last game. He should not be on the bench. Julian Dominguez is an absolute threat in this league, and he deserves to always be in both your fantasy starting lineups and the Chicago Hounds starting lineup.
Yeah, and there you go. Julian Dominguez getting the try on the board early there. So big points there to start off with from Julian Dominguez. I'm trying to catch who got the try assist there. And yeah, Nick is mentioning there on the bit there that I did tell him to not start Marco Keefe in this one, which is going to be a tough one. Looks like Dylan Fawcett is down, according to our Discord chat, which is not a good one. I had him starting in my MLR Weekly Challenge, which is going to be interesting to see here. But yeah, we'll see whether or not Carls can get this. But yeah, lots of Chicago fans here in our Discord. I know Nick. One of the commissioners of the one of our leagues, he's a big Chicago guy. And Carl's, wow, curving that in for a as far as you can get it. That was pretty nice there. Carlisle's getting on the board. So now Chicago's up 7-0 as we're only 3 minutes into this match, which is an interesting one.
Yeah, and just FYI, there may be different lags. So if we're ahead of you, we apologize. Ryan, you might have to hit that live button on your thing to get up to par here because I think I'm a little bit ahead of you here.
Yeah, no, I had to get the assist, so looking there. But hey, Chicago Hounds. I mean, we were thinking that the Chicago Hounds were going to come on this one. And luckily, Vandy's not here on this stream because he would probably not be
He's
too
gonna
happy with how
punch
Utah
a
Wars
hole
have
in his
started.
wall. Oh, Carl's is
Yeah,
so
I mean, from our comments,
Carl's is
Nick saying
so
that
good.
Carlos
Carl's
might
is
be.
so good.
Yeah, look at that
Oh,
kick,
what
absolutely
an
beautiful.
abs Look, he did this all in the first game. Also, shout out to Mo being the head ref. He used to ref our local games. Also used to
Yeah,
work at my high school and Ryan's high school. So shout out to Mo. But also, I mean, what he did this all last game. What an absolute stud. I mean, what a great pickup for Chicago.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Fawcett is okay. So not too sure what's happening there, but we're gonna see a
He's
little bit of a
fine.
big
He's a
set piece
butcher.
here. He's the butcher. But yeah, Nick's saying that Carlos might be a solid pick the rest of the way. I think he might be. I mean, if you're short of a kicker, it's
Well,
just tough though because he's going to have the back three eligibility, and that's not where you're going to maximize your points. Like
I
you're going to
don't.
maximize at that fly half position as your kicker, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think that he's fantasy relevant necessarily. Like, if you're wanting kicks the whole time and you're just hoping on conversion, sure. Like, if he's setting your kicker, sure. But like, he's that's not like you said, right? It's not what you want from your back three. I think rugby for the Chicago Hounds in terms of their
Mhm.
success. I mean, he's a great facilitator out there in the backfield and someone that it's great to have to both kind of diffuse the high balls, but also once he catches that on the counter attack, he's able to pick apart defenses and be able to put it behind.
Yeah. Well, why don't we'll get the commenters in this. Hey, Steven, Nick, Fitzy, Abel, let us know who do you guys got in this matchup here that you've started. I know Nick's a Chicago fan, but who do you have in your lineups here with Chicago and Utah here in your starting lineups? I know I got Billy Meeks in my lineup here. Like I said, I have Dylan Fawcett in my weekly challenge. So that's going to be an interesting one. And
Could
yeah,
go
we'll
with
we'll, we'll
that.
see how it goes.
That's an interesting pick, right? Dylan Fawcett.
What? Well, he was worth $1 this week in weekly challenge. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so is
And
Pat O'Toole.
so was Pat O'Toole, but I wanted to spread out. I had already Dougie Fife in my lineup with the Nola Gold. So I wanted to make sure I was kind of
Yeah,
spreading out. I had JP Duplessis in there as well. So I know it's pretty confident when it comes to to being against the anthem. But yeah, we'll see. Steven's got Carl's Kill King for him too, so we'll see whether or not that's the true thing here, Matt, with what you're saying. If whether or not he's going to bring some fantasy relevance when it comes to this.
so
Um,
I have apparently reached the device limit on my rugby network, and I'm watching on
yeah,
one device, so that's awesome.
yeah, I'm trying to. I think you have to make multiple accounts. Is what they're saying. So I know I have another
Awesome.
one.
That's great. Keep putting them on at the same time so I can't watch both. That's good.
Right,
Thank you,
right.
MLR. That's awesome.
So
Man, I don't know how I feel like Utah has not come out hot so far this game.
no, no, same thing happened last week too against the Houston, SaberCats, kinda just a slow start. Um, what are your
Slow
thoughts
start,
on
yeah, I mean,
Zion going, getting the
absolutely.
start at 9 again for Utah?
Oh, I don't understand. I'm not quite sure why. The eligibility, international eligibility, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Jam delay is usually in Brian Rear, usually right in the dot with this, but like the eligibility doesn't really matter if they're in the starting or if they're on the bench. They just have to be within the 23.
Yeah,
Why Kieran McClee was clearly better last week. He was clearly better. And the
mhm.
offense looked way better with him there. I don't understand this. But then again, I don't understand a lot of this Utah lineup. Like,
Nick's
it makes
asking
no sense to me.
who do you start rather than Zion going?
Kieran McClee. Kieran McClee has shown he's way better. I just don't see it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna kind of boost my own ego here. I did call out that Chase Sushinovich was not gonna start for the anthem this week, but
Hmm,
hey, it is what it is.
yeah. I'm gonna try to get onto this NOLA game because I wanna see this beating because I feel like everyone has.
Ryan, you cannot it's not okay to watch murders on live television, okay?
It's true,
It
it's
is
true. We're gonna try to sign out here and try to go back in with another account that I think I have.
oof.
Oh yeah, God, big hit there. There was also some questions about the confidence you have about Paul Lasike for the rest of the season when it comes to a fantasy perspective. Um,
Um,
he's solid. He always has the chance for you to get those tries just because he's such a big body, but he just gets subbed out all the time. I feel like
yeah.
you
I
know.
mean, look, the max he's playing is 65 minutes. At least from what I've seen. Maybe we need some confirmation on those stats, but like uh the most he's played is really 65 minutes. He's he can still go off in those 65 minutes, don't get me wrong, but Yeah, I mean, I picked him up today and then dropped him, um, just because there's just more opportunity when a guy's playing 80. But look, Utah last year used him at the goal line, and I mean, they abused him when it came
Yeah.
to goal line offense,
It's
and
just getting that
that's
opportunity.
you'll take a try, you'll take 2 tries in 65 minutes any day of the week. It's just a matter what yeah, like you said, right, whether he's gonna get that opportunity.
All right. Well, we're 8 minutes in. Utah has somewhat settled down a little bit. At least not made Chicago look as good as they have.
Well,
I
I mean, they've
guess.
hardly
But
had the ball, so we'll see about that. Seems to still be quite a bit of mistakes on the Utah side, which it was sloppy last week too.
all right. I think if I'm
I
not
believe this is
mistaken,
the first.
first
Yeah, go ahead.
scrum,
Yep,
first
first
scrum of
scrum
the
of the game. I
game.
was just gonna say that. So we'll see. Is this front row gonna get subbed off at half like they did against Houston?
And it'll be interesting to see what they work off of here. Again, Meeks kind of being that attacking 10. Um, we'll see whether or not, this is always a telltale sign. Good to see Rumble in the green and white as well. I'm excited for him.
Well, I don't know if it's good to see Rumble in the green and white. I'd rather see him in the red and white, the blue and white, but both of those teams are either dead or trash. So
That's
I
true.
guess green and white is what we'll have to deal with today.
Um,
I was completely wrong with Bailey Wilson. I'm pretty sure Bailey Wilson's right there. Classic.
uh,
Oi, oi, oi.
and this is
Out
like
of
that.
10, yeah, what's up?
No, I was just saying, like, that's that rule, right? With the MLR, it's like a couple of tries, right? With resets, that's what's happening there.
Yeah, it's probably a good rule. I mean, nobody knows what's going on in the scrum. The ref is guessing, and so are we every time. So it's like doesn't even really matter, and that's a pretty tough mistake.
Yeah, that is tough. I think it's the first time that Utah is somewhat close to the 22 here. I will say I love
Also,
the Chicago jerseys. Now, I was going to announce
they
this
do
one.
look
I
good.
think I think I might end up being a Chicago fan. Vandy told me now that I'm playing fantasy, I have to pick a favorite team by the end of the year.
Pretty
Um,
weird. I'm not picking a favorite team. I yeah, I have no biases. I'm only
that's
rock and roll. That's my only fan. That's
that's
my
your
only
team.
rugby team that I care about.
All right,
I have no see, then I don't have any emotional attachment to any
that's
players.
true.
Um,
But don't
Nobody.
go mixing that up because you do have emotional attachment to players because you
Who?
do formed by your fantasy team. Uh, JP
Uh,
Duplessis.
okay, that's true. But JP Duplessis is literally a mutant. Like this is too slow. I just
Yeah. Nick says your favorite team is the LA Bellends.
oh my gosh. I can't. I can't do it. They don't I don't vibe with their West Coast coastal vibes on their jersey, so I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not part of their fan base because I don't vibe with their culture. That just can't be it. What are they gonna do here? I
I'd
wonder.
go I'd go for points. Joel Hodgson. Oh, okay, they're kicking it for touch. I would have gone for points, I think, on that one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a
Early in the game.
this is just me because I am a sometimes I just want entertainment. Uh, Unless it's playoffs, you should never go to for points, or unless you're right in front of the sticks. Actually, if you're right in front of the sticks, take a center scrum. Like you're not unless the game is coming down to like you need to make the playoffs. We're in the second week of the season. Just go for the corner. Like let's have some fun here. Let's put
I
a show
don't
on for the
know.
fans.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
man.
mean it's not the smart thing to do. It's not the right decision to do. What I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's more fun for us as viewers. Oh my gosh. This is awful. This is brutal. I mean, Utah's got to clean up the breakdown.
Yeah.
Zion Going's got to get the ball out. Maybe build up more phases than two. That would be nice. Ryan, when I'm watching these games, just as they're setting up this scrum, You know what's the worst part about it?
What?
That I count down 20 minutes every time till they have to go to this stupid water break, and I'm gonna make a comment today. I promise I'll make a
Yeah.
comment today at
Well,
20 minutes
we'll
when they show me that dang Thorn commercial.
we'll have a commercial break there, and
You know,
I'm
I
sure
get to see how much Nate Oxberger loves his omega-3 pills.
that's true. It is true. Get to see a little bit of Ovalie action probably.
Oh, yeah, Utah's set piece is struggling. Like, this is the 2nd week in a row that they are struggling.
It's another nice kick by Carls.
Yeah, but, like, that is a sign for this Utah set piece. That's 2 weeks in a row, and Chicago's got we found out last week that their set piece is pretty good, but, I
We're
mean,
t
you
we're
don't see them as the best in the league.
we're 15 minutes into the match of the Chicago Hounds and Utah Warriors, and Fitzy of Rugby Morning is coming in here with a comment saying, "One more time for OGDC." I mean, this guy's not
Yeah.
gonna get over this victory over the New England Free Jacks for
I mean,
the next
it
week.
was unreal. It was unreal. The fact that
Those guys, I
over
mean,
DC, I think they're
we all had New England, in our
they
picks,
did all out
so,
New England, and that's on me. I know for sure that some of those I know John Payne definitely had New England,
yeah.
but yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, Holgore DC deserves it. Fitzy, you deserve it. Um,
You got the
Fitzy
comments up
Fitzy
there,
picked
Maddie?
New England. Fitzy picked New England.
I know.
So I don't even know if he's actually a fan of Old Glory DC. So he's whatever he says, he's lying. We'll see how this lineup goes. Yeah, tough
We
set
lost
piece.
it,
I'm telling
yeah.
you, Utah set piece is tough.
And guess who has Utah set piece in our league? Vandy.
Yeah, it's tough to be Vandy today.
Kick it back. Good boot by Caleb. I want to see more of Caleb McEnany. You know, last week was kind of disappointing. Like again, we kind of going into the season, we were like really high on just how consistent he is in terms of just getting the meters gained, and being able to be that threat and not really reliant necessarily on team performance and tries, which is typically what you see at a back player type position. But I mean, Caleb Mackey, 7.8 points, not his best showing. 80 meters gained. Like to see him towards the triple digits. He's had lower scoring points, but I mean, we want to see him in double digits.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, he always is a threat. You know, like right here. This is where he's a threat.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
Hounds center defense is
Marco
pretty
Keith.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
look at those three: Billy Meeks, Bryce Campbell, and Marco Keefe. One thing that you definitely can't expect is a great kind of midfield defense there. So
Ooh,
oof.
ooh, ooh. That's nice. Joel Hodgson. I thought he was going to get decked there. There you go. Some open space. Zion going,
I don't.
telling Maddie to say,
No, 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 no. That was not Zion going. Just finished it. Okay, Zion going just finished it. That was all Joel Hodgson. That was Bailey Wilson. All right, let's not pretend like Zion going did.
oh man. But Zion going
Other
gets the
than other
points
than just other
nonetheless.
than just run a support line.
Zion going gets the points. And look, Utah sticking with it. Utah sticking with it. Not too bad. Not too
I
bad.
mean, that's the electricity. Can somebody check Ryan? Can you check the lineup, please? I need to know. I should have known this. Um,
It is Bailey Wilson,
but
number 7.
yeah, I mean, unreal there.
Ends off Rumble there. That's tough.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the magic of Joel Hodgson right there. The vision,
It is.
the accuracy, and the crossfield kick. I
Look at
mean,
that
just
view.
releasing the guys on the wing, it's just unreal. I mean, that's what you do if you want to get outside of a strong midfield defense or a blitz
Yeah, it's true.
defense. Like
It's true.
you you put it behind them, and when you put it across field kicks, you make them have to think about blitzing and coming up. And that's exactly what Joel Hodgson did. He's seen it a million times and he knows.
And there you go. Joel Hodgson slots it in. Easy. Tied up. 7-7. You know what? Why don't we get the viewers involved in this? Hey, give us now that it's all tied up, why don't you give us a prediction in terms of what the final score is going to be? Let us know. Nick, I know you're going to be a little bit biased in who you think is going to come out on top here, but Steven Fitzy, I know you're still high on the OGDC win there, but why don't you give a little bit of 2 cents in who's going to come out on top? Give us a final score. We'd like to hear that. I'm still thinking Chicago at the end here. Nick says Hounds by 3. I think it's gonna end up being a little bit more of a lopsided win.
You know what stinks about not being able to listen to the commentary? I have no idea what just happened here. There was clearly a penalty on Chicago along with that try. Um, Not sure what it was, but yeah, I was trying to get the game up on my computer. I apparently reached the limit, so I was going to listen to it in my ear, but that clearly didn't happen.
Fitzy picked Utah by 3. That's a bold choice. Yeah,
Yeah,
more
too bad he didn't
Utah,
make that
more
bold. Too bad he didn't make that bold choice with his own friggin' team.
yeah, more confidence in Utah than thing. But I will say I do have some questions, Fitzy, about your power rankings. I don't know if I necessarily agree with some of the teams you have on there. I get it, you can't overreact, but it's overreaction first week, isn't it? That's what we like to do here.
All right, we got to figure this out. I need to hear the commentary.
Nick says Nola try. So that's not surprising.
Yeah, was it Duplessis? That's all I care about. Or Paddle Tool.
I'd like Dougie Fife. That'd be nice too. Have him. I went all in with that for my weekly challenge for my Oval E lineup. Hey, and shout out to the guys for catching. I didn't want to make anything too big, but shout out to the guys for the kind words about the MLR all access appearance. What beef do I have with your power rankings? All right, it's Fitzy. Let me pull up your power rankings here, and let's see what beef I have with this. All right, let's break it down. All right, Dougie Fife with a try. What I say? Start of the week, Dougie Fife in there. I will say, Matt, you had Balikana in your start, and he scored the first try for the New England Free Jacks, so that's pretty solid. But
Well, I mean, he didn't really do much outside of that try. So, was it a great start of the week? I don't know. Um, I saw them all
all
in
right,
a
here,
circle. I thought it was time for me. Oh, it is. It is time for me. Before you get into the power rankings, this is the stupidest time of every MLR game right here, people. This is the dumbest time of every MLR game. I have to take 10 seconds out of my day to listen to Nate Oxberg tell me how much he loves omega-3 pills because we don't think that rugby players can play a full 40 minutes without a designated water break. As if they didn't just get water 5 minutes ago at the last stoppage of play. Like, what are we doing here? How much is Thorne paying you? Like, it's one Thorne commercial every 20 minutes. This is, I don't care what their favorite protein is. I really
yeah,
don't. Um, just play through it. Like they don't need these water breaks. It's not even hot where they are. Like it's if it was hot, then yeah, sure. Give me a water
yeah,
break. But it is not hot. And I will chime on this. I will die on this hill. I don't even care. I don't even care. This is a hill that I will die on.
yeah. No, you've made it abundantly clear here on this podcast in this program. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right, I will Fitzy. Let's talk about your power rankings, man. I obviously very easy to agree with the Free Jacks on the top. Seattle Seawolves, second. I agree with that as well. I would have honestly dropped the Legion a little bit further than third. What are your thoughts there, Matt? Is third San Diego Legion?
I mean, who's second?
Out Seattle.
I mean, that's tough.
I would have
Uh
put Houston Sabercats above Legion. I think, in my eyes.
After the first week. Um
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
Legion almost won that game.
Houston looks
I get
very strong.
I think I would've and I honestly I think the Hounds are better than Legion too.
Houston almost won that game. Yeah, fair. But Houston
But
looks
I'm not going by
great.
it by, like, I get it that they almost beat but just from a when you're in week 1, I'm not really necessarily taking the result of that, just how they look on the field, and, no, I get the Hounds
Yeah,
need
but
to
you
prove
could say you could say that also if you're looking on the way on the field and you're thinking, "Oh, this is the way Houston looks against a Utah team versus this is the way San Diego Legion looks against a Seattle team." You know, I think I think going that close, especially getting a red card at the end of the game against a Seattle team, that's pretty good.
No, I get that, but I guess I mean, I thought Houston looked electric
They
last week
did.
is what I'm
They
saying,
did.
I guess.
They did. But yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree.
but
I can't. It's hard
they were
not to
also
agree with
playing
that.
Fitzy, they were also playing in a monsoon. Like, and that's why I said, like, on the podcast, like, this is the week that we're gonna discover kinda Chicago here a little bit more. I would hedge my bets. If you asked me to put my money down kinda right now on, like, what I would do, I think, I'd put that Chicago is very good this year. But anyways, and it's funny because what I would have said too is that I probably would have dropped Old Glory DC after their performance last week a lot lower than what you did, Fitzy. But I can't even make that argument anymore because you guys just beat the New England Free Jacks. So I guess your power rankings were right in that sense. Oh, tough by
Oh boy.
Lasike. Dropped the ball there in open field.
Yeah, at halftime,
Remember?
we're gonna sort this out. I'm gonna figure this out.
Ooh, nice box kick there. Almost. Almost. Figure what out, Matt? You seem like you're uncomfortable.
Well, I just gotta figure out the watching thing. I don't know why it keeps telling my device limit. I exit it out of
You
my
can't be on
my
more than one.
iPad.
You
Well, I
can't
know I
be
exited out of
watching
my
more than
iPad,
one.
but it's showing up on the thing. And
No,
I
but you're
want to hear
watching
I
on
want
your.
to hear the commentators.
Oh yeah, Fitzy.
So
We love your power rankings. We love your power rankings, man.
especially when you rank my fantasy team number one. That's my favorite when Fitzy does power rankings. Oof.
How do you like the play of Nick McCarthy so far?
I mean, Nick McCarthy, I think, is a really good addition to the Chicago Hound squad. Um, I am. I think he changes their offense. I thought there were two positions that they struggled at last year. Nine, I mean, among others, but 9 and 10 were the really big weak points for them. So I think I think having an established nine, a guy with pro experience, a guy who's obviously got some class, I think he's going to be. He's been. I mean, we saw in that first game, he's been a pretty big lift for them.
Is Carl slotting this? If Carl slots this, this would be ridiculous.
What do you mean? It's 50 straight ahead. Just kick it straight.
Yeah, I mean it's still a big one. Not
Yeah, he's a
from
pro.
the lack of the from the standpoint of the MLR, we know
What do you
that this
mean
is not a
stamp?
guarantee.
Oh, I mean, these guys are still studs, right? These kickers, especially. Yeah, so much gas on that. Told you, Ryan.
Easy. Makes
You
it
just
look
have to kick
easy.
it straight. That's it. He
Makes
has
it
so much
look
gas on that.
easy.
I think there's most kickers in this league would be able to make that.
That's I don't know about that.
I mean, Joel Hodgson,
Yeah.
Mac Mason,
Okay.
Jason Potros.
Okay.
Even let's look at the bench. Sam Windsor,
Okay. No, I know, but now go starting kickers of each team. Philippe Echeverri, I think, is
Jason
making that.
Jason Robertson, Felipe Echeverri. I mean, we're basically three-quarters way through the teams here.
No, that's not three quarter. You cannot jump that. You haven't even said six yet.
Got three-quarters of the team here. Yeah, I have.
What
I
math
have
are you? Three
already.
quarters is nine. You have not named nine
Rodney
kickers.
Iona,
I don't know about that.
Oscar Collar.
I don't think Oscar Collar is making that
I'm think he's
on a
making that.
regular
He's
basis.
Oh yeah, he's out of North Harbor. That guy's gonna make that kick. I will say Zion going is moving the ball, and the breakdown looks much faster this week than last, which is nice to
Oh,
see.
Joel. He needed to find Caleb there. Caleb had open space.
Yeah, I was gonna get intercepted. I think if he tried to hit Caleb, Potros would miss. Iona too. Yeah, to be fair, Potros doesn't have that much gas behind his kicks. Um, just very accurate, but actually not today. He wasn't accurate today, so tough go.
I mean, you're just making my argument sound a little bit better.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
not the case.
reading what Steven's saying. I'm agreeing with Steven. And I guess in a way, you as well.
It is good to see Mo out there reffing though, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Say.
So here's what I think is nice, Ryan. I mean, I don't know how much like Billy Meeks. Like, look at this. This is the
Oh,
second time he's taking. I mean, he kind of plays it still like a center, which is kind of tough, but they kind of play in a style, especially when they play off nine. They play in a style that kind of gives Billy Meeks a little bit of attacking space and a little bit more time to do a little bit of playmaking, which is nice for him and nice for fantasy points as well.
yeah, but I mean, again, I the ceiling's not gonna breach the capital that you spent on him,
Yeah, that is
you
true.
know? Like, I get it, that's kinda silver lining, but, I mean, he's a fly half that's not gonna be kicking, so it's tough. I don't know. It's just he's gonna lose center eligibility. Um, you probably drafted another fly half. I mean, if you drafted Billy Meeks and you kinda punted on the fly half position, then maybe there's some sense there, because then at least now you kind of a saving grace. Now you have Billy Meeks in at your fly half, and he kind of has he makes up for the lack of kicking, I guess, with some of the attacking ability that he has. But for me, at least, my example, like I drafted Davy Coates as my fly half in the second round, right? I have Billy Meeks now. They're both going to be at the fly half position. I don't think I feel comfortable having a fly half in my black back flex spot, especially a fly half that's not kicking. Like I'd much rather have a guy that could win me a week at a back three position.
Holy cow.
So
Utah is shooting up in defense. Oh, here we go.
oh, Carl's got space here. Carl's going down the line, the step. There you go, Chicago on the attack. Gotta keep staying in. Gotta stay in there, Carl's. Make that in cut.
Yeah, I think he tried, but there was like 3 Utah players there that just took him out. So tough go. Nice way. Utah's playing, I guess, some sort of blitz defense. That it worked on the first phase, but kind of got the better of them as they still got quick ball.
Oh, there you go, long place. It looks like welcome. Hey, the Blue Barons. What's up, man? We're watching the Chicago Hounds versus Utah Warriors match. This is Union. Yeah, this is one of a relatively new league, Major League Rugby, and we're in the fantasy space here. So here we go. Chicago getting it once again. I feel like again, Utah, when they have the ball, they just make mistakes sometimes, and it's hard that they bring up any continuity. I do see Carl's coming up at that 10 spot a lot more too and facilitating
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, but I think that's just a natural the natural cost of having probably Billy Meeks just get out of position as a 10. Um, but it's not just Carl's. I mean, it's also you see Bryce Campbell getting in there as well. It's kind of interesting the way that they're playing it. Like when they play off nine, and for those watching, when I say play off nine, when the forwards are the first guys, the forward pod is the first players that are getting the ball off of the scrum half. Um, when they play off nine, they have different guys in behind. Like sometimes it's Bryce Campbell, sometimes it's Billy Meek, sometimes it's Adrian Carls. So it's interesting. That's why I had that silver line in Billy Meeks. That he's not always just sitting at that first receiver position, which is good, but like you said, right, it's not what you expect.
Yeah. A little bit of ping pong play here back and forth between Utah and Chicago. Get that out. Oh, it looks like JP might have done something.
Like something
Here, that's
naughty.
another another big boot by Kill. I need to get this Nola game up here somehow. I gotta maybe I'll create an account here. But it sounds like something's happening. Can someone
I
give us an
only have
update? Was it a
I
JP
don't
Duplessis try, Nick?
I only have so many emails. I only have so many emails. I can't just start creating emails for the rugby network.
Nick, I mean, Matt, this is a good question from Nick. He was asking him what he thought about the kind of the ping pong tennis game. I mean, it's all about territory, right? We see it all the time in Super Rugby. But it's just for me at least, it's just kicking with
Uh
intention. You know, what I mean, not kicking back and forth just to kick it, but if it's gonna benefit you
I would say less so
from
in
a
Super
storytelling
Rugby, maybe
perspective.
more so in Six Nations and in the Northern Hemisphere, but, um, yeah, I don't mind it. I think it has its time and place, um, but as a fan, like, just as purely entertainment, not what I wanna see. I wanna see guys running it
And
straight,
that's how I know
and
though, Matt, that you've come out of this playing your playing days. Because back when you were
well,
playing,
to be fair,
you completely agreed with the smart decision being a former
no,
9, and
to
now
be
you're all
fair
about entertainment, whatever that means.
to be fair, kick tennis, uh, kick tennis was tiring. I was not a fan. I mean, what if something happened? I had to go up and run do it. Like, it was tiring. I wasn't a fan. I wanted to play. Uh, but yeah, okay. Sometimes sometimes it's needed. Sometimes you need to that's just what you have to do. But as a fan, yeah, you're right. It's boring. Like, it's boring. When I'm watching, I don't want to see guys just kicking it back and forth. Like, just
Yeah,
figure it out. Just run it
this U
straight.
this
Have
Utah
a go.
front row is,
And they're gonna get
uh,
subbed out at half.
they look like they're struggling right now.
Yeah, my boy Emerson Pryor ain't out there. That's why. Well, to be
Yeah,
fair, you got absolutely wrecked by that Houston front row. So
yeah, easy. Just getting dominated. Another Nola try. I
let's
think,
go.
yeah, Damian Stevens, it looks like maybe.
That was my story of the week, baby.
It was my start of the week too. I switched on over after I saw yours.
What a cheater. That's what you do with
I
your weekly picks too.
I had no, 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 no. No, no,
That
no.
is. That is
No,
what you
it
do with
isn't.
your weekly picks too. Yeah, so this isn't looking good for Utah. I mean, they have had some spurts
Defense,
of
though, good.
brilliance. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's yeah. I mean, they're playing okay defensively. We'll see. I don't think Chicago's really built up phases to be fair, but they definitely
But
have the
again, I think
territory.
that's I mean, you mentioned it earlier. I think that's part in the Utah
Oh, that's
shooting lines that they've had, to not allow them to kind of cleanly get that ball.
yeah, that's we'll see here. Utah cannot afford to give a penalty here. So
I think I'm gonna change my jersey rankings. I think
no,
Chicago is the best jersey out there.
you can't. What did you have as first before?
Seattle. Why did we go to, did this happen to you?
What happened to you?
I lost the stream. I'm
No,
now on
I'm
some
good.
where are you at right now? You have it?
Got a scrum. Yeah, I got a scrum.
Why do I have a Major League Rugby commercial playing?
That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere, Ryan.
Why did my stream start over?
That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that is happens when you live in the middle of central Pennsylvania.
Oh, I love this field. It's unreal. This Zion Bank Stadium. Look at the views. Wonder who
Oh, I
plays at it
reloaded,
when
Steven. Don't you worry. I'm somewhat technically savvy here. Don't you worry. We're back on it. We're good. We are good.
Ooh,
Another not straight. That's tough.
that one I thought was pretty straight.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Come on, Mo.
Mo,
Come on,
that
Mo.
was a
Figure
tough
it out.
call, Mo. That was a tough call, Mo. Ugh.
It's all right. Utah's about to get pumped at this scrum, anyways. Do you think Chicago's? Yeah, those are pretty nice jerseys, I would say.
I have to
They're
get
pretty
one.
nice, and
Well,
they got the
that's
color
my
that you love.
Yeah, that's my goal though, is that I wish and let's try to make this happen, guys. I wanna the jersey wall behind me, obviously the Fantasy Ruckers jersey is gonna stay behind me, but I'd love to fill the back with MLR jerseys here, and especially with the new Kappa jerseys. Uh
Well, apparently you're a Chicago fan now, so I guess you have to do that. So you have to get a Chicago one. Nice
I
crown.
do like I mean, okay, so if I had to
Well, here
narrow
we
it
go,
down.
Ryan.
Oh, here we go. Kayla McEnany going down, and they got some space here for Utah. Ooh, all right, good pit there by Carlisle. Ooh, take points. Take points.
No,
Take points.
no.
Yes, I think I overrated Seattle's jersey. Now in reflection, Jason Steven saying Chicago hoops are much nicer than Seattle in my opinion. Ah, they're just gonna lose it in this lineout, and you know it, man.
Who cares? It's more fun.
You- I get that, but if Utah wants to win this game, Steven's got between 30 and 40 MLR jerseys. You want to send me some jerseys, Steven? I'll send you my address.
It's like
You dish
90%
Vandy a free
trash.
jersey, but I
90%
bet you
trash.
I would say 90% of them are Houston jerseys. Oh, see, that's
Although
where
if
you
you
get Lasike, right? Like if he bashes through that, that's we'll see. We'll see if Utah can capitalize here. Oh, there you go. Try by
yeah,
Utah.
Ryan. See, you
Who is
want
that?
points? You want points? That was what's his name? Uhila. You want points, eh, Ryan? That's what you want to go
Well,
for.
okay, hindsight's 2020. That's the one thing
I'm
I
not
hate
hindsight's
about
2020. I'm just saying, just go. I'm not saying hindsight. I said it at the start. I didn't
No,
say,
I get that.
"Oh,
I
this
get
is a
that.
bad decision if it doesn't work." I said, regardless, this is a decision you should go for, whether it works or not. I hate when commentators say, "Oh, if it doesn't work, then this is a bad decision." Of course, if it doesn't work, it's a bad decision. The same thing if you miss the penalty. It's like,
We know that it looks good now that they scored the try. But we know that you're on the field, Matt. If you're on the field there, you would have went for points. I know you would have went for points.
nah.
Ridiculous. Steven says he's got every single Glendale Raptors jersey. We're not allowed to have or talk about the Glendale
We're in the
Raptors
second game of the
on this
season.
program.
Yeah, just FYI, Steven, MLR beats the Solar any day of the week. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. See, Nick, better decision, the one more likely to score. Uh, well, there's only one way you can score, and it's not by penalty kicks. I mean, that's not how you score tries. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just always go for it. If I was there, second game of the season, like
You're such a hypocrite.
four
The
teams,
hyc-
four teams,
the
in four teams in
hypocrisy
each
is
conference. Four teams in each conference make the playoffs.
okay. That
Ryan,
is a
that's
good
like
point. That is a good point.
60%. Do I have to win every game? No. Have some fun out there. Play some rugby. Let's go. Put on a show. What we're here for.
Oh, it's funny because our viewers, right, have only known you in your post-playing days. And I know you I know it wouldn't you're always about the smart play, and you know as a fan now watching, you want the opposite stuff.
Well, it doesn't affect me.
That's true.
Actually, it does affect me. I want more tries. I don't care about Joel Hodgson
As
getting
okay,
penalty
and
kicks. I want more tries.
I will say as a fantasy person, yes, more
Yeah,
tries are a good
Ryan.
thing.
Nick saying Matt is spitting truth to the supreme power. Ain't that
It's
right?
true. He tries for
Ain't
bonus
that
points. That's
right?
true. But I would beg to differ that the Joel Hodgson owner would rather have someone kick points there.
Oh yeah, that guy can suck it.
All right. So, well, Steven, you still haven't answered me. You're gonna send me like 10 Utah, Houston jerseys or what? I want the new one.
Oof.
That's tough.
So it's really interesting, eh? So Utah uses Lasike uh as a not a
Dummy runner.
dummy. No, I mean no, because he's getting the ball, but you see him and you see the two guys beside him. You just expect him to be running in, but then you overcommit, and he recognizes that because he's a smart player. He's not just a big body. He's a smart player. He recognizes that and knows the decision making to put it out the back. There was just a bad pass, but you saw that what he did was
Yeah.
on for sure. And we'll see. I like this. We'll see what's some interesting, I think, intricacies from Chicago here with their back line up here in that center scrum. I wish we could get a zoom out to understand what they're
Yeah.
looking like.
My guess is what Bill. Oh, okay. Not a
Yeah,
penalty.
Billy Meeks is probably right behind.
Right behind.
Based on Utah's defense, they probably got
Carl's out to the
two centers to the left,
Carl's out to the right or
potentially.
behind. Behind. I say Carl's is probably
Carlos is
behind
probably right behind Billy Meeks.
Meeks, and then he will go to whatever side uh
Yeah, and
they decide to go with the
one
ball.
center to the left. Going has to take 10.
Yeah, it would be nice to get a little zoom out here.
Yeah, too bad MLR only has one camera angle. This is it.
They're going left here, right? Oh.
Yeah, we had that set up completely wrong. They definitely did not go left.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Meeks. All right, build some phases here.
No, they want to go into the
Why are
stretch
they
move.
kicking it?
I
Yeah.
don't think this clock is accurate.
Yeah, I don't think the clock is accurate either, right? Most
Oh, it is.
definitely is
No,
out.
it is. It is. It is. All right.
All right,
It's
well,
halftime.
halftime, 14-10.
What do we think of the first
Chicago
half so
fall
far?
behind. Pretty messy.
Yeah, pretty messy. I think
No
Utah has seized
continuity.
on some opportunities. Um, Chicago, I don't want to say dominated because I don't think they've necessarily dominated. They've
They just
just
had
spent a
possession
lot of
more.
time in the half. Yeah. But Utah has made the most of the opportunities that they've had with that long crossfield kick, with the penalty. They score off two phases. But yeah, this is a pretty messy game overall. Love to hear what maybe some of the viewers think as well.
Yeah.
Big hit by
So let
Lasika. A big hit by Lasika is always nice.
let us know. Oh, look at here we go. We got an Oval E commercial.
Yeah, and your favorite.
It's my favorite. Um, yeah, but let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts on that opening half? Steven says that he'll get me a jersey of choice by the team you openly support. See, that's a very kind offer,
Ryan, who are
Steven.
you going to
But I
openly
think,
support?
but that's the thing is that I think in order to truly openly support, I have to make that monetary investment myself to go purchase a jersey. I don't know. We'll see. I will say, um, on the top of my list has been Chicago has been there. Houston, I think, has been someone that I've been, thinking about because they're exciting and fun to watch. Coincidentally, both of the biggest fans there, Chicago fan and Houston fan, is watching this show right now. Um, I don't want any. I'm definitely not going to be a New England Free Jacks fan. Obviously,
Yeah, you can't do that.
that wouldn't be. But again, being a New England Patriots fan and having some of the former Patriots owner players as being an ownership group, it'd be nice if I could just hop on that bandwagon. But no, you can't do that. Q, friend of the show, on there too.
We're
But
going into some
what do we
drastic.
let's do a check in. What are we looking at the Nola Gold game right now? What's the score over there?
I have no clue, but I'm gonna sign out of all my apps because I'm gonna get this working on my computer. Did we get an update? Somebody in the comments maybe can update us.
LA with Co. I could be an RFCLA. I just no, I can't. I cannot support that logo, and I can't.
Ryan
I will
being
not.
RCLA. Come on,
I
I want
will
to see you
not.
on
I
the
will
show
not. I will
with an
not
old
buy
bell
an
end on your
RFCLA
jersey.
jersey. I can't. No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Let's say Ryan that you support the. Hold on, I'm gonna get this working. All right. All right, I got the NOLA and Anthem game on.
Okay, what's the score?
They have not shown the scoreboard yet.
So I'm going through. Let's go through the Old Glory DC game. So let's try to predict some fantasy performances here. So got obviously got the Belican to try. Potros had a pretty dang good start, but man, Robertson is gonna have a huge one, huh?
Yeah, I think Reese McDonald's gonna have. I think he got two try assists, and I mean, obviously he got the try as well, and the meters gained there. So I think
Vandy
he'll be
might
the
have
highest. He'll be the highest point scorer there.
who? Robertson or
No, no, no,
Reese?
Reese McDonald.
Really? Over Robertson?
Yeah, I mean
Robertson
two.
looked like he
Oh yeah, he scored a
that's
try. I guess got the kicks as well, but Reese McDonald got, I think, at least 90 meters gain. He got two try assists, and he got one try. So, um, yeah, I mean that has to be pretty good there.
um yeah, I don't know if, I can rock that jersey, Steven. I don't think I could RFCLA. Well, it looks like yeah, I think I had to put my money on Robertson being the top point performer there. He had a pretty good one. Happy to see Reese though doing well. Had him in a bunch of my weekly challenge lineups. Um,
Oh, Ryan, I just got to figure out the sound here.
it was cool to see that Fox Sports added a couple more games, which is good to see as well.
Yeah, we do love to see that. They had not shown the scoreboard in this Anthem and NOLA game.
Maybe
Am I
it's just
missing
they don't.
something?
Maybe it's to your point. They just want to show a
Oh my
massacre.
goodness. Oh,
I don't like the kits, Steven. I don't like the RFCLA kits. Kyle Bailey, yeah, he could have a big one with the tackles there. I did like the Kyle Bailey
I think
pick.
Rob Harley might have a pretty good game in that second row.
You're just saying that because he was in your weekly challenge lineup.
Oh yes, but I also think he had. I mean, he had a nice little break there. I know he had a lot of tackles, had a breakdown steal for sure. So
Abel, is that you saying that you're a fan of RFCLA? We're a bunch of haters on that.
suck these acorns. Yeah. No, I don't think Abel seems like a fan. Abel seems like the opposite fan. So does anybody know what the score is for this NOLA game? Because they have
Nick,
not
Nick
per
says Nick
Discord
says
24
24
nothing
nothing.
per announcer. Fair enough. Oh my gosh. So oh my gosh, JP, 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 JP.
No fan, just trying to show a little love. Okay, okay. That's I mean, you know Matt's opinion on that. But again, it's not that I don't like RFCLA. Again, friend of the show, Andrew Coe is on that team. So there's always going to be some sort of admiration for that West Coast team. But
Well,
to Steven's point, I don't think I can buy a jersey from them and or be an RFCLA supporter. Just not a fan of the
I mean,
name,
it's a
not a
little
fan of
bit
the
why? If I think it's half. Why wouldn't you not just turn around and kick that out? Sorry, I know we're doing the Utah Chicago, but that's at halftime and this game's here. Oh, okay. All right. All right. And this game's in half now.
All right. Well, we'll be back with the Utah Warriors and Chicago Hounds game soon. So what, 24 nothing at half for Nola Gold and Anthem. I do think it's starting. What's your thoughts, Matt? The sentiment uh is in terms of basically just streaming anyone that is against the anthem.
Uh, I I mean, it's tough. Like I would definitely there's some positions that I think are definitely worth streaming. I think we've clearly seen that the anthem struggle in their set piece. I mean, when those boys are going up against men in the set piece, it's tough. It's tough. And so a couple positions I would definitely stream hooker position or the front row position. might be good. Um, the back row position. I don't think every position necessarily is a stream one. The 10, like your kicker position, I think that's a good possible stream just for the sake of how many conversions they're gonna kick. Um, and yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm basically saying is, yeah, basically you can stream anybody playing against the anthem.
It's always entertaining seeing you work around yourself and convincing yourself the completely opposite side of the argument.
Well, I thought it wouldn't be, but then I came and really thought about it, and I said, "Well, I think I think this Anthem team really stinks," and they do
Yeah.
stink. It's I don't know. I'm not sure. It's interesting.
It is. I do love. I will say, and I don't know if Fitzy's still here, but I do love the fact that Ogor DC beat New England. You know what I mean? But then again, we also saw this last year. I don't think Old Glory DC didn't get the win against New England, but New England did struggle out the gate last year a little bit. I think they started off like 2-2, I believe, and then they just
Yes,
went on
they
like a
did. They
10
get
game
Louis
tear.
Milan back week 4. I mean, I don't think that's indicative of New England and their form. I just think I don't know. I think they just were off this game. Defensively, they were off. Set piece, they were off. I think last year we saw the set piece off as well early in the season. So
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, it's not unheard of.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, they're still scoring points. So fantasy wise, it doesn't really impact. They're still scoring points. It's just interesting to see Old Glory DC beating New England Free Jacks, especially when they just won the championship last year. So,
What the
so
heck
yeah, I
is the Utah Warriors mascot?
think it's a cat,
Why?
because cats are warriors.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, if someone in the comments and you are playing fantasy MLR, Steven, I know you've been playing several years. Nick, this is your first year. Abel, I believe you're
Oh
in
my
one of
god,
our leagues. Fitzy, let us know. Like, you guys having a good time playing fantasy MLR? Like, first time playing. Obviously this has been in the works for quite some time, but I mean, what's your guys' thoughts overall um on fantasy MLR
Koa the
and getting a taste
Panther.
of it?
Sorry, Steven says it's Koa the Panther. Uh, Panthers are cats.
That's
I was
true.
kind of right.
And
Still not a
still no
warrior though.
relation to and still not a relation to a warrior. So, do they even have like where is the common theme there? Like, I don't think Panthers are uh um in Utah. Yeah, Abel's in the Scrum and Coke League, which is I think one of the best names of a league that we have. I know there's a lot of Chicago representation in Nick's league, which is why they're called the Lou Mall Natty's Deep Dish League. But I love the Scrum and Coke League. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I have no idea what that Lou Malnati's deep dish means. I'm missing something there. Am I just missing out on what that means? On the pun? No, seriously, am I missing out on what is the pun for that league name?
Nick, if you could help Maddie out. Oh, Lou Malnati's is a pizza place in Chicago.
Okay. Okay.
Mall is in rugby. Do you understand, Matt?
Yeah, I get it now. Oh, play on Illumina. Yeah, see, Steven, I don't think you had that one. I think, Steven, you're way off. It's okay to say you don't know. It's okay, Steven.
uh, yeah, you're pretty wrong.
It's okay to say you're wrong, but
It's
yeah,
a
Scrum and Coke
playing
is
on a
pretty
little.
good.
Uh, what else do
Scrum
we
and
have in
Coke
our
is
league?
pretty good.
We
That is
have
a good league name.
we got Ruck This, the Tryhards, and
Both
then
of those a bit unoriginal, but hey,
we got the Fantasy Ruckers Show League.
very unoriginal. I mean, come up with something. You call yourself a supreme commissioner, and that's all you come up with.
Hey, again, I did not ask to be called the Supreme Commissioner. It was a role that was given to me by the people. Right? Steven, you agree with
Commercials are my
that?
favorite. No, that is not true.
And what's funny is I actually have never had Chicago deep dish pizza. Have you ever had it, Matt? I've actually well, I've never been to Chicago, firstly, but I've never had Chicago deep dish.
No, I have no clue, and I've definitely never been to Lou Malnati's. But I guess next time, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we gotta go next time they hold the final in Chicago again,
All right.
if the team
Some of the
lasts that
stats
long.
up here. So 57% possession for Chicago, 43 for Utah. Territory,
Yep,
kind of like what we predicted.
what we saw,
Surprisingly,
yeah.
surprisingly, Utah's had more lineouts won.
Yeah, but I don't think that's where the dominance has been. The dominance has been more so in the scrum, uh, because I think a lot of those lineouts lost are the not straight throws. One of them
Yeah.
questionable, Mo, and the other one was pretty blatant, so
So not a good start by the Chicago Hounds, kicking it straight out.
but
So scrum at
the
half,
second half starts now.
and we'll see. I mean, Utah with a good opportunity here with the midfield scrum.
When do you ever
14-10.
see this called?
What, straight out of bounds? Only in the MLR.
No, 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 no. The chasers are in front of the kicker.
Oh, that's what the call was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm plugged in now, Ryan.
You're plugged
I'm
in,
plugged
okay.
in.
Well, good opportunity for Utah here. Oh, and again, these slow scrum setups, killer, absolutely killer.
Alright, I think I'm a little behind you here.
You're a little behind me.
I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna try and refresh.
Okay, okay. Still haven't heard from Nick about deep dish pizza. Is that a place that we got to go? Malnati's. I guess if I'm going to be a Chicago fan, that's I got to like deep dish, right?
Or is this confirmed you're a Chicago fan now?
No, not yet. Oh, Lasike going out wide, lots of space here. Burning on the outside, gonna get him out of bounds. Oh, he stays in. That's good. Good play there. Good play by Utah. Lasike is such a force to have, huh? Oh, penalty
Hey, Ryan, what
killer.
minute are you at? What minute are you
I'm
at?
at 43rd minute. 42:30.
Yeah, I'm 42:30. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I guess I'm just gonna be 15 seconds behind.
42. I'm at 42:45 now.
Yeah, 42:25.
That's what you get for getting sound. He is a wrecking ball, Steven. Lasike is a wrecking ball. I'm still confident with the Chicago win here, though.
You think so?
You know? Yeah, I think so. Utah's had bigger plays, but I think what we're gonna see is when we get to like the 60th minute,
Yeah, I mean,
we
we've
start
definitely
wearing it
seen
down.
more organization on offense from Chicago and a more kind of structured game from them. So we'll have to see. I mean, you can't just live off of these big chunk plays, um, like we saw, like New England Free Jacks in the last thing. You couldn't just live
Watch
off
this
these
line out.
random big chunk
Does the
plays.
backline come up way early? Like, it definitely did not go 5.
They the ball crossed the 15. Once the ball crosses the 15,
Oh,
there's no more offside. They don't have to stay back.
that's true. That's why you were a better 9 than I was, man. You know the rules more.
Well, apparently the commentator thinks that it's offside, but I thought I saw it past the 15. I guess you're right. They did say offside, but they're past the 15. They're 100% past the 15. That's the wrong call, Mo. That's the wrong call, Mo.
Is that what the call is?
Yeah.
Uh, from that line out, or was it from the breakdown?
Oh, it's from the lineup.
Hmm.
That's the wrong call. Look, Mo was the ref in some of our local games. Can't say he always made the right call.
We've had our heated exchanges with Mo. I know I've had.
That was not the right call there.
Let's see a big just Utah's doing a good job holding up the mall.
God,
I
this
mean, we
is
saw
so
how
annoying. I
dominant this
get sound, but now I'm like 15 seconds behind. What a joke. Yeah, I mean, mall defense
Oh,
is tough.
what
Like,
a play. What a play. The Warriors. How far are you behind me, Matt? You 20 seconds behind me?
I don't know at this point. By the way, Lasike, not just great on offense. Another thing that I was looking at him, great on defense. I mean, led the team in tackles last week, I think, at least based on the Utah graphics. And I mean, that's a nice thing to have fantasy wise, right? Like a center who's get racking up tackles and maybe gets like 50 meters gain. Like that's consistency there. That's really nice to have. I got to figure this out. We're figuring this out.
Ooh, rough delivery by Zion. Caleb. All right, so we know that Steven's favorite team is Houston. Obviously, Nick's favorite team is Chicago. We're all aware that Fitzy's favorite team is OGDC. Abel, what's your favorite team, man? Utah doing well, having better possession here.
All right, Ryan, what time you at now?
46-57.
I don't know whether I should take the sound or whether I should take the lag.
Is the sound
What do you
actually
think?
delay it? That's so weird.
No, it's not the sound that's delaying it. It's just the computer.
Oh. Oh, Fawcett's already out. That's tough. Tough for owners. Don't get the bonus there. Hasn't really done anything. Looks like Chicago's front row was actually out before Utah's, Maddie.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta get the fresh guys in, I guess. So it is what it is. Going back in on my iPad, we're getting no sound here, but it is. Gotta do what you
It's
gotta
funny because
do,
I'm on
man.
my laptop.
Yeah, I mean, we shall see. I'm not sure what's happening, but we'll get back in the action. I don't think it's good that I'm lagged behind you, or else I can't really say anything. So
Well, definitely not what I thought was going to be happening. 14-10, about 30 minutes left. Utah's got 2 tries at Chicago. Thought Chicago would be a little bit more dominant in this one. But hey, maybe again, smoke screens with Chicago.
yeah. Wow, another scrum. Ryan, what are you out here? 48-22? 25?
48-17 now. So just got the bent
Oh,
arm.
let's go. All right. At least the gap is a little closer.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this rule. You can get the bent arm and then you can just call for another scrum again. And then it's got another two resets, and then you can get another bent arm and you can call another scrum again. Is that how it works?
Kind of defeats the purpose, huh?
Well, does somebody know better than I do? I hope so. I don't know much.
So got in some interesting nuggets from Nick here, our analytical guru. Uh, Week 1, Chicago was the second in MLR history to win without a player scoring a try. Only Rugby New York and the Giltinis had the penalty kick shootout with 18-6. That is kinda silly, right? Like, the
Oh,
option to
yeah,
re-scrum,
yeah. Well, no, I mean,
but
it's fine. Like, the rule is you can option to re-scrum off a free kick, but I know the whole MLR, you can only have X number of resets. Like, does that scrum not count? But to be fair, if you get another free kick on the re-scrum, it should just turn into a full straight arm. So, like, I don't think you'd ever see that actually happen.
yeah.
But I can call a scrum on the straight arm if I wanted to.
Yeah. Alright, we'll see if Chicago can take advantage here. Looks like they got a little bit of something going.
Big changes for Utah.
Yeah, here they go. The front row boys are coming in. Who do we got coming in here? Let me pull this up. So we got Angus McClellan coming in, Jensen coming in, Onga Havili is coming in. You see the back of the jersey that just says Hounds 16?
I did not see that.
Pujadas doesn't have his last name on the jersey yet. It just says Hounds.
Oy, oy, oy.
Unless is that does they all say Hounds at the top? I thought it was their not last name on the top.
No, it has their last name. I remember because the Hounds actually don't have.
Subs don't get names. 16 plus don't I don't know if I like that. Now I don't think I'm as big of a Chicago fan.
You got to pick a fandom by the end of this stream, Ryan. I think that's just how it
No, I
is.
don't think that's how it works. Vandy clearly said,
So here's the issue here. All right, I'm gonna give a little bit of tidbit. Here's the issue here, and I think they called this out in the commentary a little bit. Is that this Billy Meeks experiment? I think needs to end because I think Billy Meeks is playing like a center too much. He's he's running the ball into contact, consistently taking himself out of the play as a 10.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I just think that they probably need to move Billy Meeks back out to the center. Let's get Luke Carty, a guy who's, like Nick said, it's a complicated offense. So Luke Hardy was in it all last year as a 10. Maybe he's a bit more comfortable there. Um, and yeah, I mean, we'll see. Also, awful kick by Jason Higgins, like just a
yeah.
couple phases.
It's not boding well for my fantasy team. All my guys have been
But
subbed out.
then again, right there, like Billy Meeks getting into that ruck, no need as a 10.
Yeah,
Absolutely no need as a 10 for you to get into those breakdowns. Like, uh, it just, I get that Carl's is there, but you want as many distributors out there facilitating the offense. Maybe they like having three centers. Well, you need a 10. You need a halfback. You need one somewhere, Nick. And I mean, the 10's purpose is not just to take conversions. So you need a halfback. You need someone facilitating. And when you're in a breakdown, you can't facilitate. That's just how it is. Uh-oh. This guy looks in pain. It's a Massey Tonga, I believe that is.
yeah, it does look like he's in pain. But you're right though. I mean, I guess it's kind of that split kind of fantasy relevance because obviously as a fantasy owner, Billy Meeks, like I like not the breakdown part, but I like the part where he's trying to create meters gain. You know what I mean? And that's what you're going to get the most value or fantasy value out of a 10 who's not kicking. But at the same time, I think from a team productivity standpoint, it cripples you so much when you're not able to move the ball as well as you are. Interesting that we have not seen anything from Nate Augspurger, basically, this whole game
Yeah,
yet,
it's well,
and
but
also
maybe
this.
this is exactly what's contrib like, in in San Diego, the offense had distributors that were able to help get the ball wide.
Mhm,
Mananu, despite what maybe you know from his legacy as an All Black, is as he's gotten older, has grown into a distributor. They had Josh Henderson, Will Hooley, they had the great and incredible Richard Judd. Here we go, Kieran McLean, um, Richard Judd. But when he's when you don't have the distributors to get the ball wide, what are you supposed to do?
yeah.
And they haven't really had the set piece that kind of sets him up to have these breaks. Like a lot of the set piece really hasn't been involving him. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I didn't realize or didn't think about until now just how much the backline selection is impacting Nate Oxberger's impact. Because last year we saw him, whatever the situation was, he always found a way.
Alright, we'll see Utah Warriors line out here within about 10 meters of their own line, and we'll see kind of what happens here. Tough, tough. We'll see if Chicago turnover here. Chicago, see if they can capitalize. Get to the deck. You see, like, where's like Meeks? Is he in? Let me know, Mo. Is he in? Looks like he's
Like
in.
he's in.
Should we call it try? All right, try for the Chicago
I
Hounds.
didn't see his arm go up, but I guess he's in. Yeah, that came off of, I mean, sloppy set piece play, which, you know, mm, you look at last week, uh, and I mean, having a sloppy set piece play there, just a tough position to have it. So tough go, but it's just funny. This game has been really weird. There's been absolutely no continuity.
Yeah,
Um,
whatsoever. Hey, by the way, Rucky the Seawolf is here in our chat.
shouldn't he be
So,
preparing for tonight's game? Don't you have a game to prepare for, Rucky the Seawolf?
Rucky, you got a
You know,
game in what,
you and
2
Broccoli
hours.
Man gotta start getting ready for this. Uh, I mean, you gotta start stretching, you gotta start warming up. I argue that your job is even more physically taxing than the players on the field. So I'm a bit surprised that you're in here. I don't know how management is gonna feel when they realize that their Rocky the Seawolf is kind of in here slacking.
Rucky says preparing to eat some shark sushi.
Shark sushi. Wowie. Well, hey, we have seen those orcas. We have seen the. Oh wait, seawolves are not. They're not orcas. I think we are trying to figure out what actually a seawolf is. But I think it's a something from indigenous uh, stories back in the day.
All right, well, 15 to 14, Chicago leads 55 minutes into this match, and yeah, closer than I thought it would be. A lot of people
Well,
haven't used.
I mean, yeah, it's close. This hasn't been a great game to watch. I'll be
Yeah,
honest. There's just not a lot of continuity. Not a lot of. I mean, if they had a phase counter up here, I swear you wouldn't get higher than 10 at any time.
yeah.
Maybe Chicago has done it a couple times.
Wow. Apparently, Carolina played scored a try here. Rocky the Seawolf says it's an orca whale. So you're right, Matt, because they hunt in packs like wolves. They're the wolves of the sea.
Okay, I don't remember that being in the Google search we did on the show. But
I
Imma take it. Imma take it. You are the sea wolf. You are Rocky the sea wolf. So Imma take your word for it. And in that case, I have seen videos of orcas taking down sharks. So if nature has anything to say about your matchup, it's looking pretty good.
Number 15 for Rugby Carolinas. That would be
Shane Barry.
Shane Barry scoring there.
Yeah, like this just has no continuity. I think Seawolves is probably the second best name in the MLR. Yep. I would wait, what's the first?
He's gonna say
Sabercats?
Hounds. No, he's gonna say Hounds because he's a Hounds fan. Oh wait, no,
Steven?
Steven. He's gonna say Sabercats. He's gonna say Sabercats. I thought that was Nick. Yeah, he's gonna say Sabercats.
Sabercats is pretty dope.
I think Seawolves have the best color. I love the fact that all of it is continuous with basically all the Seattle teams, like matching with the Seawolves or matching with the Seahawks and the
Yep.
Sounders.
Yep.
Mariners didn't get the message.
Oh, kind of. A little bit. I don't know. I haven't watched baseball in a long time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oy.
Nice
This
call, Mo.
yeah. So what do you do here? You're kicking for the line? Again, I say you go for points.
Uh, where are they? In the middle of the field, no?
Yep, middle of the field.
Yeah. I mean here go for points. You can't not go for points here.
That's a tough one.
It's also you get the lead. So I would take the lead. See, Ryan, I do make sensible decisions sometimes. The last one it
I
was
don't know
like
about
for
that.
it was the last one it was for the tie. Who cares about tying? Just get the lead. Do what you gotta do to get the lead. Oh, and Joel Hodgson does his little jog, little gallop. That's tough. Fantasy Ruckers is the best. Rocky the Seawolf, you're the best.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Dang,
I'm not a
Joe
Seawolf.
Hudson
I'm
missed
not a
it.
Seattle Seawolf fan. Yeah, I know. Put it off the bar. Um, I'm sorry to tell you, Rocky Seawolf, but I am not a Seawolf fan. Uh, but I'm not a fan. I'm just an MLR fan. Actually, I'm a fantasy MLR fan.
Well, let's see if Rocky the Seawolf can start our collection of jerseys that we have in our back here. Um, maybe we can get one of those nice little pine tree Seawolves jerseys. I would like one signed by you, Rocky the Seawolf. That'd be pretty cool. Um, yeah, Joel Hodgson missing a kick. That's pretty big time. You don't see that often.
Yeah, they got
Um,
time though, so it's all good.
yeah.
Yeah, that was off in
This has been kind
Chicago.
of a lackluster game though.
Well, we
Oh, it's
I
your
think we
favorite time of the
just.
game, Maddie.
Oh my gosh.
I think the boys need
I
some
don't
water.
understand. No, but I don't get it. Like, I haven't drinking water this whole show. I don't need a hydration break. I'm not going to drink water during this
I
hydration break
I
just to protest.
I back this
The sports
by
backed.
Steven.
What do you
That
say?
Rucky needs to coordinate with the other mascots across the league to create a all mascot fantasy Ruckers league. I would be
This is
down for that.
true.
I would set that up
Can
for you,
we
Rucky.
can we also do a mascot six-a-side game at the halftime of the future MLR All-Star game or MLR versus Solar? Oh, actually, MLR mascots versus Solar mascots.
Do you think
If
Solar has
MLR needs
mascots?
I don't know, but if MLR needs more players, you just pick from the cheerleaders that were at the Miami Sharks game. So, I think that works perfect.
That's true.
I don't care about USI or Thorn. I don't care. I don't even know what USI does. And all I know
Mascots.
about Thorn is that Augsburger loves omega 3 pills, knocks those back daily. 5 of them, one sitting. Mascot versus kids. Yes. Mascot versus kids. I wonder what position Rocky the Seawolf used to play.
I'm gonna say 8-man.
Oh, yeah? I think Rocky the Seawolf was just a stone cold killer in the front row. I've never seen his body proportions, so I have no clue, so I'm just guessing.
All right, well, we just finished the 60-minute break. Utah
What is
line
that?
out
What
just
did we finish?
the 60-minute break.
Hmm.
We're within the 22. Utah has it. See whether or not they can capitalize here. But, 6-man line out. That looks pretty good. Utah set piece looking all right. They're moving.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
They're
Hello.
moving. They're moving. Oh, dropped it. Oh, he penalty though. See, you kick for touch in this one.
I don't know. They did not listen to me when I said time to go.
Yeah. But it's a penalty though. There you go. You got it. Rugby
Whoa.
Seagull says you
Look
want
at the Seawolves.
home black or away white. I think we talked about this. I'm a
I
huge
wants
fan of
home black.
we're both the huge fans of those home black jerseys.
Pretty sure I was a fan of
See,
both.
I had the Seawolves as number one of my jersey list.
That is true. Oh, that's the one with the
Yeah,
broccoli on it, I bet.
big line out here for Utah. Uh, down by 1. Line out on the 5. There we go. Looking good. And my stream
Okay,
froze at
time to
that time.
go. Oh, that's my bad.
They
That's a
scored.
bad call by me. Yeah, they scored.
They scored. Utah scored. There we go.
Noah tried. Nick, who was it?
I'll be
Tell
right
me
back,
who.
Maddie.
All right, you be right back. I'll take over.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Nick, who was it? You got to tell me who it was. DSP 16. Yeah, I guess that's the sub hooker that came in. Sucks because I was really hoping Pat O'Toole was going to score there for him. But back to this Utah Chicago game. Uh, Great to see Utah kind of getting back in the lead here. That set piece is looking pretty good within the 5 meter. Um, Milked a couple penalties here. Joel Hodgson gets some. Oh my goodness, he just Dan Cartered that. He just
All
Dan
right. Well,
Cartered and curved that in.
oh,
Um,
what I miss?
Joel Hodgson just Dan Cartered the conversion kick in,
All right.
which is pretty awesome. I don't know if you've seen that video, Ryan, of him absolutely just curling it from the sideline in, and Joel Hodgson just did that. So that was pretty sweet.
Well, 21-15. Again, not what we had expected. My picks are not going well this way.
And there's tons of time. There's 17 minutes left. Utah has tons
Yeah.
of time to mix up. I haven't seen anything to tell me that Utah or Chicago are the better team here.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Oh, I like this. Not the kick though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, after this game, I think Billy Meeks has got to go back out of center. Let's bring in Luke Hardy.
Yeah, but what do you do here? Like, how do you do that? You have to move either Mark O'Keefe or Bryce Campbell to the bench
Yeah. I mean, we
because
saw we
Mark
saw
O'Keefe, who
we saw Mark O'Keefe play the wing, but
yeah,
I guess then
okay,
you're
but
benching
who do
Julian
you take
Dominguez.
off? Julian Dominguez or Nate Osberger?
Not 8.
Yeah. So uh basically Mark O'Keefe or Bryce Campbell has to move off, go to the bench. Wouldn't be a bad thing, I guess. Um and Luke Hardy comes in. Or even better than Luke Hardy, maybe Adrian Carlos goes to 10.
We have seen him play 10 before. Nick says there was another Nola try, so Nola is proven to be pretty
Yeah, it was
dominant here.
the backup hooker, not Pat O'Toole. So bad pick by you. It is what it is. Rucker the Seawolf. Yeah, we talked about the Old Glory win today. What a game. I'm sure you love to see a potential championship matchup team go down like that or matchup rival go down like that, eh? 22. Nick with the numbers here. 22. I don't have the team sheet on my hand. So some sub
22
back.
would be Reese Botha, man. He might be a big pickup here in fantasy MLR.
Yeah, I think Steven played him against me. Eh, Steven? Steven played him again.
Oh,
Oh no. It
Jonah
was Jonah
Mau.
Ma. Let's go. I called this, didn't I?
I had him as starts of the week.
Yeah,
I
you did.
listened to your advice. Had him on my start of the week.
Good man.
Block kick. Oy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this game. I mean, I feel like it would be the Nola game seems more exciting.
Yeah, honestly.
I it's not even like this is like if it was a defensive battle, um it would be better, but it's not necessarily a defensive battle. It's just these offenses are making mistakes
Yeah.
and making poor decisions. Holy
Oh,
CK.
Kieran McClay. Oh,
That's a tackle before. That's a tackle before getting the ball, but it is what it is. Don't call it, Mo. It's fine. Don't call it. Robbie Povion, I believe, making his debut for Utah.
yeah. Went on for the injured. Uh, who is it that got injured there for Utah?
Tomasi Tonga.
Yeah. Tomasi
Oh
Tom.
my goodness.
Oi!
No, no, no. He needs to go off. He needs to go off. No, 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 no.
He got smacked.
Oi. Yeah. Yeah. McLean Jones's shoulder is pretty big over there, so that's not a shoulder you want to run into. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this game right now. It's just very there's just no flow to it at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you do if you're the Chicago Hounds here? Like I mean, for me, you just got to get the ball out, get it to your playmakers, like how many times have we seen
Yeah.
Augsburger, even
He does not
Marco
look good walking off.
Marco Keefe. We haven't seen these guys really handle the ball much. And a lot of that is just I haven't seen Chicago get it out to their playmakers.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'm I'm not 100% sure. I think what has to happen here is there's still a bit of time. It's mistake ridden. Let's keep pinning Utah back in their 22. Force them to make some mistakes. and hopefully you just get the ball. Once it gets into that kind of, uh, once you get into that last 10 minutes, so you got a few more minutes to be able to play that. Once you get in the last 10 minutes,
Oh,
last
big
7
scrum.
minutes, now you got to start playing some phase play. Get the ball out. Have the advantage. Let's go.
Why
Yeah, I don't know why he would do that. But
why you
yeah,
kicking that?
I think they gotta start just get in there, force Utah to make some mistakes for the next 5 minutes. Last eight, once that doesn't work, now you got to start playing phase and try to make it down the field, which they've shown they can't, by the way. They've shown they can't necessarily be like use their back play or use their phase play to make it down the field. So yeah, this penalty is kind of a lifesaver for them, and hopefully they can make it through make it close to the try line.
COC Nye scoring a try for Rugby Carolina's mad, so your pickup
Yeah,
scrum
okay.
half pickup of the
So
week.
what's up? What's up? How we doing here? Like, you think you're the fantasy guru? No, I am. All right, I
Oh
had to get that
boy.
out of the way. I just got some
See,
flack
why
from
why
from
isn't Meeks moving it out there? Like, I
because
he's
he's a
gotta move.
center, Ryan. This is what he's doing. He's used to getting that off the first set piece on the first phase. That's just what it is. But I like that. But it's just it's tough. I don't think
Oh,
it's working.
oh,
Oh my
ew.
gosh, this
What are
game.
you doing? You have open space, why are you just throwing
He
it?
He, well, look, he did the first stiff arm, and he's like, "Oh, dang, I'm good." He did the second stiff arm and said, "Oh, wow, I'm really good." He did the third stiff arm, he said, "Wow, I might be the best in this MLR league." And then he threw it out the back door and realized that, "Oh, I am not."
Hamilton.
Um, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Oh, unreal, unreal. Oh yeah, nice. You could have got two hands on the ball. You could have passed it normally, but no.
Those, bench seats look pretty comfy though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, the expert on it?
I don't know, they look comfy though.
The expert on bench seats?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want that expertise, right?
No, no, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, I spent a lot of time, on the bench in my playing days, so it's okay.
I do see the back of them. They do look very comfy. All right. Oh, not ideal.
Nope.
See, like, and I know that was a forward pass, but like right there is just an example of what getting the ball to Oxberger can do. Like,
Right.
like he made something that into a gain line play that really shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Um, and right there you get go forward ball, and next thing you know, your offense is rolling. So, um, yeah, I think Chicago just has to kind of figure it out here. Like, this really isn't working for them, and you can see that they just can't get anything going, which is going to make it really tough for them to get back in this game. And for an update, thank you, Nick. Another try by I keep getting mixed up. You say ARC, I'm like, who the heck is that? But then I realized that their whole name is backwards. Uh, Anthem Rugby Carolina, but Al Jaburi scores a try. And yeah, Steven, that was a pretty forward pass. I don't even know if you can say slightly at this point. But Utah getting riddled with injuries today.
Yeah.
That is a front row going off. That is a center that has gone off and a back three going off. So that's rough.
Did you know the
34
Rugby Network
19
is
in that. What's up, Rye?
Did you know the Rugby Network is streaming UBC right now too?
Really? Yeah, they're
Yeah,
playing
UBC.
Mariloma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tough. I'm watching MLR. Sorry, UBC.
All right. Well, 10 minutes left. Chicago is down by 6. Chicago's not doing a very good job of trying to convince me to be a fan of their team. I don't like the way that they're playing.
I mean, I guess it depends on what are you, a bandwagoner? You only a fan of good teams?
That's true. That's a good point.
You gotta be part of the process, Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, your boy Emerson Pryor is on the field now.
Yep. Fun fact about Emerson Pryor, he I think went to college or university to be a nurse. And we called him Merce, and that is was his nickname. And if you put male and nurse together, it also ends up being Merce. So his nickname and his job title, if he wasn't a rugby player, was going to be the exact same thing. Fun fact.
And I guess it kind of makes sense there with his name being Emerson Pryor.
Yeah, that was why he was called Merce.
Oh, okay. Okay. I understand.
See, I think Utah, all they have to do now for the rest of the game, just keep pinning them back.
Yeah.
Like,
Oi, oi. Sorry, Joel. That's
see,
tough.
but like that's the other thing. Like, you kick it back to force Utah to make mistakes. But Utah, all they have to do is just keep putting it down into the corner, force Chicago to play up, or continue to play. Like this is where Ryan, like if you're thinking logically, kick tennis, Utah will play into kick tennis for the rest of this game if they need to.
Yeah. Yeah. Steven, Maddie played for the UBC varsity team. I actually went to Western University in London, Ontario, played for their rugby team. So a little bit of opposite sides of the country there. But yeah, UBC, obviously, big program.
Like you're off a mall and you're just gonna take it in like on the back foot. It's
Yeah.
just pointless. Like
See, and like, see right there, it's Bryce Campbell is the first receiver. Where is ugh,
yeah, it's like
backwards?
I don't know if you guys like how many of you guys played high school rugby, but like the high school rugby of oh, this looks better. The high school rugby of like first guy who catches it runs it in every time for like 7 phases straight. That's basically what we're watching.
Oh,
Um, which is just like it's just like it's tough to watch. Like this is tough to watch, and even when they do get it out, they make mistakes. So
yeah.
yeah, it's they just got to figure it out because this is not working. This experiment is no longer working. Sam Harris, I'm no expert. You don't need to listen to me, but this is just my opinion, my humble opinion.
I mean, I guess I don't know if it's encouraging for Chicago, or if it's encouraging or
What would be
discouraging for
encouraging for
Utah
Chicago?
that you're only down by 6 points despite how not great that you've been playing.
Yeah, but Utah also haven't been playing great.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if it was because of something that Chicago was doing, I think different story. You have a different outlook on it, but it's just both teams are just messy. Like it's just nothing's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Chicago coming back. I hope they prove me wrong, but I don't see Chicago coming back.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so
think
either.
they it just it's too hard for them the way that they play right now for them to even make it down the field. Which this it wasn't as bad last week. I mean, last week in the monsoon, they were willing to play and they had
Yeah.
times where they looked good and they were willing to play with the guys that they had and get the ball out wide. They were going sideline to sideline. It looked like they're making an emphasis to go sideline to sideline. Um, but here it's like crash balls just constantly from Billy Meeks, from Bryce Campbell, from the forwards, and just nothing, no variation at all.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh my gosh, they're doing another hydration break because they can't figure out the subs here. Utah, I think, has had a lot of injuries here, so they're trying to figure out who to bring in.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
tough one. I agree, Steven. This is probably as tough to watch as Nolan Oklahoma was last week. I mean, it's just no continuity. Um, Fantasy wise, we're just not getting many points in this one either. Um,
Yeah, I mean, Utah set piece getting something. Uh, yeah. I mean, I'll be interested to see what Polisike looks like after this game. I guess Zion going got that try.
yeah.
But other than that, I mean, not much to look at. We didn't get that big game from Caleb McEnany, right?
No, no, we did not. And again, I think what we said on the podcast this past week is that I think this was going to be very telltale in terms of what the identity of Chicago is going to be, and I think we've had some answers here. I the confidence in them. I think again with the weather that we had last week, tough to kind of evaluate them this week. Hey, I'll admit it. Fitzy's right. I think they had a lot to prove, and they definitely did not prove that this week. That's for sure. Even if they come away
Yeah.
with the victory here.
Yeah, the lineup definitely needs to change. Something needs to be shaken up here. I'm not sure this is necessarily working. Yeah, I'm not sure this is necessarily working for them. So they got to figure something else out. Um, because I mean, they're not able to go anywhere with the way this is. Oh, look at this
Yeah.
little set display. Yeah, this was planned here. They knew that that
And
was
like
coming.
we haven't seen any plays like that from Chicago this match. You know what I mean? Like what Utah
Well,
just
to be
did there.
fair, not from Utah either. But this is the
Well, I
first
mean,
time that we're actually getting something.
but if you think about it though, where their tries are coming from, it's at least they're having some explosive plays here and there because their playmakers are getting it. We're seeing every once in a while that, Matt Denny gets it. Their wingers are getting it at some point for them to do something with something. They haven't been able to finish because there've been ball handling errors, but Chicago, I feel like just hasn't even done that, gone to that point.
Yeah, I agree. Gotta get faster ball there, McLean. Yeah, I mean, this is the type of kind of continuity that we're looking for. I mean, right now, Hodgson needs to put it up, but uh, but yeah, I mean, this is the type of at least phase play that we've been looking for this game that we just haven't got. Like, I think this is the first time that Utah's actually exceeded 10 phases.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Utah is happy to continue to do this. I mean, as long as Chicago is going to continue to let them do this, they're happy to just we will
Keep on
play a
taking
bit,
it.
and the minute that we're not able to find a way through, we're just gonna pin you back because you're gonna either make a
Mhm.
mistake in your end or you're not gonna be able to get it out, and you're gonna
Yeah.
kick it to us. So, um, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a Chicago mistake here, like trying to get it out of their end, because at this point they can't. I don't think they can do exit. Yeah, there we go, another
You
mistake.
called it right there. Yeah, there you go. Utah has it right back.
But that's exactly what Utah wants. I mean,
Right,
what
right.
Utah is trying to do is just have them make mistakes in
Oh,
their
let's
end,
see,
and that's
CK.
exactly what they're doing. Ooh, McNee just had to spin that out.
Yeah.
No.
Give it to Lasike again.
Yeah, like this is what the spark of Utah offense that I think is what we wanted to see.
Right.
Um, yeah, this is what you wanted to see, and this is what you are hoping from this offense if they're going to be successful. They just
Mm,
need to
sure.
continue to do this here.
Oh, there you go. Kick for points, right?
No,
Really?
yeah, center scrum, get the bonus point. Chicago can't do anything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's probably the sensible call so that
to kick
Chicago
to kick
can't
for
score a
point.
try to get in.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I'm
let's go for the bonus point. Why not?
kill some
Why not?
time.
Look at the Chicago team. This Chicago team can't even get it out of their half. This Chicago team can't play.
Take as much time off the clock, Joel.
Why would you if I would wanna take this kick quick.
Oh, to get the bonus point.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
get yourself out of the try, you're 9 points ahead. Take the pick kick quick, get the ball, try to make your way down the field and get the bonus point try.
Yeah. Well, 24-15 now. Warriors up by 9.
That is
It looks
Ryan,
like
I
it
think
looks like
that
they
is
all
yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying that it looks like they all but have it.
Yeah, that is true, but I think so but I was gonna say, like, that thinking is, like, when it's playoffs or when bonus points aren't needed, but I think here, like,
No, no, I agree with
it's
you. I
early in
agree
the
with you.
season, you gotta get bonus points, and that's the
Yeah.
thinking that I think teams have to have.
And I think with how close it's appearing to be with some of these standings too, especially in the West with Utah. I mean, every point matters, right? So
Yeah.
you gotta go, Chicago. You gotta go. Who's in at Chicago now? Who's 23?
Have a quick check.
Luke Hardy.
Well, let's see what this looks like. I think this is exactly what we're saying is, like, this should be better. So let's see. See for this minute and a half, probably more. What just happened? He put it out the back. He put it out the back of the end zone.
Did he really? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. He took all that time just to put it out the back of the end zone? Yeah, all right. Maybe you should keep Billy Meeks out there at 10. Jeez.
Oh boy. Yeah, a lot of questions after
Jeez.
that Chicago. A lot of questions.
All right, Utah.
Oh, there we
Get
go.
the bonus
Joel
point. Yeah,
Hodgson.
there we go.
Easy. There you go. Utah taking it at home. Yeah. We got a message in our Discord. It's rough being a Chicago fan. That was a tough one. That's going to be game, I think.
I mean, you
That'll
don't
be
even need to get it on the 5. Just, like, put it out.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
it's
Yeah, this was
tough.
a
That
silky little set piece play here.
yeah. Joel looking
Yeah,
good.
Jason Higgins, nice try, man. Like, oof, he was stuck on an
Hamilton.
island.
Yeah. Well, I guess overall assessment, Maddie, as the game wraps up here. I think we got a lot of
Um,
questions answered for Chicago. Um, yeah,
well,
definitely. I think
I
as
don't
you
know. You
mentioned,
can look at it as a lot of questions answered or a lot of unanswered questions because
yeah,
Chicago needs to fix a lot of things. Um, they're gonna have to figure out that back line. They're gonna have to understand what this identity of their offense is gonna look like. Oh, that was
yeah,
awful, Joel Hodgson. What this identity of this offense is gonna look like. Um, and oh my gosh, Joe Hodgson pulled his shoulder while doing that.
did
What
he
this
really?
offense is gonna look like. Um, I think on the Utah side, I think they're still trying to understand, hey, what works for us, and they kind of figured it out there at the end. Um, that you know when they have the ball in hand, they're lethal, but they got to make sure that they keep it and they don't make mistakes.
Yeah, and I mean to be honest, I think I'm not any more confident with either of these teams after this match. To be frank, so
Now, I think
um,
this is just a case of two teams that were just no good, and
yeah.
one team was just slightly better.
Yeah. Well, hey, we sludged through it, Maddie. Maybe not the best match to have as our very first watch party. Wish we had Vandy here to enjoy that big time first Utah win of the season. Nonetheless, it is a win. They get a bonus point. So on paper, they secure as many points as they can. with that. But yeah, we'll have to see. Chicago. Who does Chicago have coming up next week? I mean, they got pull up the MLR schedule as we sign off here. Um, what do we got? Chicago's got Old Glory DC coming off of a big time win against the New England Free Jacks next week. And then we got the Utah Warriors taking on the Seattle Seawolves. So two interesting matches there. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, hopefully we see a completely different lineup out of them next week. I think they're going to need a little shakeup in that back line.
All right, Maddie. Well, hey, first watch party. I think we're gonna have more of these. Hopefully, we'll get some better
Yeah,
matches here in the games going
better
forward. But
matches.
appreciate.
Yeah, we'll iron out some of the kinks, make sure that all our streams are proper. Maybe we'll figure out how to make as many email accounts as possible. But first one in the books, Fry. Long season ago. Looking forward to some more, and looking forward to Vandy getting involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So overall, again, Chicago falling to the Utah Warriors there, 29-15 to wrap it up. Tough day for the Chicago Hounds. And Utah Warriors coming away with the full-time win there. Keep an eye out on social media with you know any other future watch parties. We'll have another episode of the Fantasy Rucker Show coming up this week. Enjoy the rest of the games, and thank you to everyone who tuned in: Nick, Steven, Abel,
Rocky the Seawolf.
Rocky the Seawolf, even Fitzy for partaking here and joining along with us in the live chat. Yeah, glad we suffered together. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here, and that's just the community that the fantasy MLR is, just to be together and go through these tough matches, for better or for worse here. Maddie, any last words for the people before we sign off?
No, but enjoy the rest of the MLR weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And 34-19 NOLA, by the way, which is pretty close, not too bad. So, yeah, looking forward to that 10 o'clock game tonight and the games tomorrow. Good luck, Rocky this you, Wolf.
All right. Well, good luck to everyone in their fantasy MLR matchups to continue. Again, keep an eye out for the podcast episode coming up this week, and also all the stats being updated as well. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cheers, guys.
You've been listening to the Fantasy Ruckers Show, bringing fantasy rugby to the masses, covering everything rugby from the MLR and beyond. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review, and be sure to tell all your friends. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, connect with us on social media at the Fantasy Ruckers. Till next time, this is the Fantasy Ruckers Show, signing off.